You've mentioned that kids' own wisdom exposes the illusion of isolation. So tell us, why is that important? And why is it important to have kids' own wisdom conversation circles in the early years?
Well, the isolation, feeling isolated, is the exact opposite of, obviously, feeling connected. And the conversation circles that we have with kids' own wisdom materials is what creates a sense of community just by the shared insights and experiences and shared thoughts that the kids come up with that kind of really, just really not possible for the kids to feel isolated anymore, because they find out, you feel that way? You think that?
They're not alone anymore.
Not alone anymore. And so what happens is, when you start talking about things that are touching on topics that have to do with bullying or pushing or impatience or inconsideration, then these conversations just very naturally and without anyone being isolated out in the conversation, but everyone feels connected in this conversation, then that community is built up, and that isolation dissolves. It has to dissolve. And if you can start that soon enough and early enough in children's lives, then what you're doing is, instead of kids getting more and more wrapped up in that sense of isolation and feeling alone and they don't understand and nobody knows what I really feel, and we've seen some pretty awful examples of what that can lead to.
Right.
We can just break down, we can just have that never happen, those walls never be built. If we can have these conversations where everybody can see, oh, we are on the same page. When it comes to hurt feelings, when it comes to feeling, no, I don't want to play with somebody who, pushes, but without pointing any fingers.
And maybe even for those quiet kids who aren't acting out in any way, just to have that isolation uncovered, because sometimes those are the kids who really are hurting and act out later.
Absolutely. Because one thing that's absolutely been seen so strongly with the kids' own wisdom conversation circles is that the kids are really listening to each other. They are really paying attention to each other. They hear us always talking to them, down to them, kind of, but they open up 100% when they're listening to their classmates and their peers. And that's the power of kids' own wisdom conversation circles.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you.